Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today brings us to Knoebels. Knoebels is a free admission amusement park in Pennsylvania. It is actually the oldest free admission amusement park in all of America. Well, the United States of America. So come along with us and see what you can see. Now, as we go around, I'm going to let my new friend tell you all about Knoebels.
But before that happens, let me explain that we are here because my son's work had a group event and they invited us. They have all kinds of picnic areas under pavilions that you can reserve. And we were given vouchers from the company that gave us $20 worth of tickets, which was really cool. We just had to go over to the group planning center and redeem those coupons, and we got a little $20 book of tickets that we could use. You can also buy additional ticket booklets for $5, $20, or $50 at pretty much any little kiosk throughout the park.
Knoebels Amusement Resort is a family-owned and operated amusement park, picnic grove, and campground in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. Opened in 1926, it is the United States' largest free admission park. The park has more than 60 rides, including 3 wooden roller coasters, 3 steel roller coasters, a 1913 carousel, and 2 haunted house dark rides. This park is located in a small wooded valley in central Pennsylvania. In 1829, a local man by the name of Henry Knoebel purchased the land for $931, equivalent to $26,638 in 2025. The valley, originally known as Peggy's Farm, was used as farming land until the early 1900s, when a creek-fed swimming hole was introduced. Knoebel turned the property into a popular picnic destination, attracting Sunday travelers and horse-drawn hayride wagons. Soft drinks, ice cream, and snacks were sold to visitors. As the popularity of Knoebels Grove grew, Knoebel leased plots of land along the creeks for use as summer cottage sites. Some of these privately owned cottages, as well as cottages Knoebel built and rented, still exist on the property today. In 1926, Knoebel added a restaurant, a steam-powered Philadelphia Toboggan Company carousel, and a few simple games to his grove, marking the beginning of Knoebels Amusement Park. On July 4, 1926, he opened a large concrete swimming pool on the site of the old swimming hole with a filtration system that provided clean water instead of muddy creek water. The pool was named the Crystal Pool. Since then, the park has developed around the pool, adding over 50 rides, assorted games, concession stands, and other attractions. A campground with 6 sites opened behind the amusement park in 1962, and as of 2004, the campground covered 160 acres with 500 sites. On June 22, 1972, South Branch Roaring Creek and Mugser Run Creeks rose 6 feet over their banks due to heavy rains from Hurricane Agnes. The flood destroyed 6 cottages and damaged many other buildings, including 24 of the park's 25 rides, as well as the roller rink. The roller rink building was refloored and used as a skating rink until the mid-1980s, when it was converted into the Roaring Creek Saloon, which now contains a concession stand, an arcade, the XD Theater, and performances. A new building constructed after the flood became the Haunted Mansion Dark Ride, which opened in 1973. The ride has been recognized as one of America's best dark rides by organizations such as Dark Ride and Funhouse Enthusiasts and the National Amusement Park Historical Association. The park again suffered major flooding in 1975, 1996, 2004, 2006, and 2011. Each caused substantial damage, but the 1975 and 1996 floods occurred during the off-season. Although the January 1996 flood left substantial damage, the worst occurred after the waters receded, when everything froze, making cleanup and repair throughout the amusement park difficult. The September 2004 flood caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ivan was only a half-day affair, and the amusement park partially reopened by mid-afternoon. On June 28, 2006, another large flood struck the park. About 90% of the amusement park was underwater just prior to the July 4th weekend. As the waters began to recede, 60% of the park's attractions were reopened within 2 days, and 90% within 4 days. Because over 100 tons of mud had to be dug out of the crystal pool, it was closed for 10 days. The last ride to return to operation was the Kitty Panther cars, whose repairs took almost 3 weeks. On September 7, 2011, the park experienced another flood, this time caused by Tropical Storm Lee. Water levels neared those of the flood of 1972, and damages exceeded that flood. The majority of the park reopened the following weekend, having missed only 2 days of operation. For the 2013 season, the park added Stratosphere, the park's tallest ride at 148 feet. In 2015, a new roller coaster opened named Impulse, which replaced 2 former rides, the Bumper Boats and Boat Tag. On July 23, 2018, the park was flooded when a creek overflowed. About 150 employees aided in cleaning up the park. The park then flooded again on July 25, 2018. The park reopened on July 27, 2018. In 2023, the Pennsylvania Trolley Museum acquired a trolley that had been converted into a cottage at the park. The park and its rides have won awards from organizations such as Amusement Today, American Coaster Enthusiasts, and the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. In 2014, Travel Channel rated this park one of their top 10 family-friendly amusement parks in the United States.
Like that one.
Oh, and there are handicap accessible bathrooms throughout the park in case you need them. And we did ride a lot of rides, including the teacups and the tilt-a-whirl. But my favorite was the only trackless roller coaster in the world, at least according to them, called the Flying Turns. The slogan was, "They told us we couldn't build it, but we did it anyway." This roller coaster technically does not even run on a track, though the inclines are pretty steep nonetheless. They're always absolutely under control with centrifugal force, which makes the cars just as safe as riding a baby carriage. At least that's according to some of the literature that you read before getting on this trackless coaster. We did have to wait in line for this ride because it is very popular. You do have to put all loose items in a basket before you go on the ride, and you cannot videotape on the ride unless you get extra special permission, and you have to have a special harness to hold your camera so it doesn't fly off and hurt anybody, which I just happen to have that harness. So let's go on a ride and see what it's like.
This is awesome! Here we go!
That is great. Boom.
Eli, what'd you think?
It's a very nice ride.
Yes, I loved it.
A family favorite and one of our personal favorites is Old Smoky. Now this is a train that takes you around the property, shows you some of the sights and a few of the more forestry areas. It is a really nice ride, very relaxing, especially on a nice hot day. Let's see what Old Smoky has in store for us today.
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night. Shot of love and a spark of laughter breathe. Stars align and the month time night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train.
We then went over to Gasoline Alley, and Elias and Luann decided to take one of the cars, which Elias decided to drive, and Luann sat in the back, kind of like a driving Miss Daisy sort of thing. After a little bit of a prayer to the park gods, they finished the ride without too much incident. The Merry Mixer was also a bit of a fun ride, but not something you want to do right after you had a big lunch or decided to drink a milkshake. Now, who can resist the Whipper? A fun-filled time of high speed and centrifugal force. What could be better? Just like any other big park, they do have a Skyline ride, which we did not partake at this time. I think Elias's favorite ride was the Knoebels Grove steam train that went through the other side of the park, through some tunnels, saw some more forestry areas. I think it was a little bit of the campground that they have on site, and it was another very, very relaxing ride. Let me show you what I mean. There are also a number of free exhibits and free museums. We'll show you our favorites in another episode.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip to Knoebels Amusement Park. And as always, have a great day.